Okay. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Newmarket Planning Board meeting of Tuesday, August 11th, 2026. It is 7 p.m. and I will call the meeting to order. If everyone will please stand and pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda would be public comments. Anyone here from the public relating to items not on the agenda? Seeing no one here for that, I will close public comments. Item number 3, the review and approval of our July 14th, 2026 meeting minutes. Any members have any? First is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve the 14th meeting minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
And any discussion, changes, edits, corrections?
I have one edit.
Page and line,
Page 7, bottom of page 7, line 347. Something I said, they'll continue to express, it's the next line, 348, noting that he could agree if it was reduced to 16 years. I think I said I'd have a hard time supporting it if it was more than 16 years. Agreeing, that kind of suggests that that was my only issue, the units. Does that make sense?
Just, your comment was that you agreed it was below 16.
saying
No.
that's not me.
No, he said, what did you?
I said I'd have a hard time supporting it if it was more than 16.
Gotcha, okay.
I don't want to leave it as that was my only issue.
Yeah.
Agree, which is
Gotcha.
And again, all non-binding.
Yep.
But nice to have the record accurate. Any other comments or question changes?
I read through it, but I wasn't here, so I can't say one way or the
And you said, boy, I missed a good meeting.
other.
Okay, no further discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Item number 4 on regular business, that has applicant for the RKJ 37 Exeter LLC project has requested a continuance to September 8th, 2026 meeting. I will entertain a motion to request that continuance, to approve the request for the continuance to September 8th, 2027.
So just to clarify, it's essentially just pushing it to the next meeting.
Correct, so they don't have to repost
Yep,
those.
yep. I just wasn't sure if there's anything they were trying to do today, or if it was just.
No,
for-
just continuance.
Okay.
To the next meeting.
Understood.
Is that a motion? Is that
Yeah, I motion to approve the continuation to the September 8th, 2026 meeting.
is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is pursuant to RSA 674:2-4 and section 4.16 of the town master plan, the municipal code of the town of Newmarket. Notices has been hereby given that the planning board will hold a public hearing to review and adopt a new master plan comprising the following chapters enumerated herein below, or take any other action relative thereto. Number 1, vision, chapter 2, existing and future land use. Number 3, arts, culture, and historic resources. 4, community facilities and utilities. 5, the downtown riverfront. 6, economic development. 7, energy. 8, housing. 9, land and water conservation. 10, recreation, and then 11, transportation. The proposed master plan chapter amendments can be viewed by visiting the following link below, as listed here in the agenda, and what has been publicized. Let's go into the Department of Planning and Community Development here in the town hall. So these have been readily made available and noticed to the public. This is our second hearing on this item.
Yeah, so I,
Continue the public
Yeah.
hearing from, we have not closed the public hearing from the last meeting. Are there any members of the public here who wish to give any additional comments or input for the board's consideration? Seeing none, I'll close the public
and I didn't
hearing.
receive any either, so.
That's what I was going to ask, so
Yeah.
I'm going to close the public hearing on this item. In part, so no additional.
No addition, in front of you, we have kind of the implementation right here. It's just, yeah, so it's basically what you've seen before, but it's just more in a digestible way. Looking at it, it's updated on the website. Nothing has changed. The acknowledgements have been updated too, so it's a full scope of the folks that helped out through this 2 years, 2.5 years, so.
Thank you for that.
Yep, so, other than that, if there's no other updates that have been made to it, happy to take any questions that the board may have.
Any questions for Bart on this before I request a motion to approve?
I have just a question on the process of, further implementing. I know we kind of said the long-range planning committee is kind of, we said, I don't know how much responsibility was it. Trying to describe how much, I think we kind of was throwing it in their camp in the long-range planning, but the planning board really has
Absolutely.
more of a role here, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
so,
Yeah, so we see the long-range planning committee as helping to prioritize, how to implement, or to enact the implementation plan and prioritize the tasks involved. And then, but that would all come just to the planning board.
you make recommendations to the planning board. So you're basically, the long-range planning committee is there to kind of remind the planning board that they have a master plan and to make recommendations and just, there'll be reports quarterly on that. And so the idea is that it's always present. So, the planning board's not relinquishing responsibilities. They're being helped by the subcommittee to help execute the implementation of the master plan.
And, the planning board, the council, whoever is identified, I think the planning committee would be key in who's taking lead on different tasks relative to the implementation. And then
Yeah.
just trying to get some accountability there, as Bart's referring to as reporting back to the planning board. And then we, in terms of report to the council, keep over, trying to reinstitute the one-year reporting to the council joint meetings.
That's great. I kind of just wanted to clarify that in case there was any misunderstanding. That we certainly didn't want to rely on the long-range planning. If we're only meeting quarterly, and we certainly didn't want to be waiting for recommendations, right? I mean,
Well, it's a minimum quarterly. You guys can do more often if you wanted to, so I want to be reasonable with people's schedules, so,
Right.
That could always be.
And we as a board may disagree with their priorities and say, no, we want to start working on X ordinance because we believe that's a higher priority. And we're not beholden, we're selecting a committee and forming a committee to assist
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, and hopefully we have
Yeah.
time. I mean, time, the longer it goes from the adoption of this, the harder it is to get back into it. So we do need to be engaged with the implementation.
From my perspective, I think the town is looking at those recommendations already and working towards that, so.
And
Yeah.
I think our implementation role is really relative to ordinances, for planning and zoning ordinances, or capital improvements, right? I mean, that's kind of where our role is in implementation. And looking for, that the committee who's representing different entities, feels that coverage should,
Yeah, and we have already
At this point.
talked about a short list of things we want to work on. Ordinances.
and our representatives to the subcommittee should be taking that forward to the committee.
The long range plan.
Yeah, we have representatives.
We do.
That's you.
And so, yeah, well, the board would like to see this.
No, but that's what I mean, they're providing a sort of a bigger, grander vision, but we already have some things that we already know we want to work on.
In which we are, which we report on in your report. And that hopefully will
I think,
check off a few of the boxes of implementation.
I think the first step is, getting this document ratified.
Yep.
And then after that, things can accelerate since we have that foundation, so.
I agree.
Yeah.
And my main point is, timing is everything. We want to get engaged in this sooner than later. We don't want to let it sit and try to come back to it a year from now or 2 years from now. We want to.
That's why that subcommittee exists.
But just to
But
be
we're only
clear-
meeting in quarter. I mean,
Yeah,
the next
but
one's in
Bill,
October.
To be clear, the items that fall under the purview of the planning board. The idea of the committee is to go beyond the planning board.
True.
Yeah, and all of those are assigned to different entities. It's not like that committee is owning the implementation. All of those, some of it's town employees, some of it's other committees.
It's more of a forum to come together to make sure that it's being implemented.
So if you feel like one of the owners of something that you feel like is a priority as a committee isn't really like putting effort into it, then that would be like where you guys can kind of, bring that up, talk to them, figure out what's going on there. Whereas if it was just us, I feel like it would just be kind of a, hey, yeah, that thing a year ago, what's going on with it?
Yeah, no, I hear you, but again, the quarterly timeframe doesn't bode, making this happen too quickly, or there's gonna be, it's hard to carry the momentum on a quarterly basis.
Well, we've never had it, so there's really never been this kind of concerted effort across multiple boards to actually move forward on implementation of the master plan, or even any particular chapter within a master plan.
Yeah, and if they decide as a group that they want to meet more often, you could vote on that and then have more meetings.
Yeah, especially if you want to establish like a baseline with different entities, like kind of have a launching point early, and then go to that kind of quarterly cadence with them.
Again, as an agenda item, and it's like, does this make sense to be quarterly? Does it make sense to be warmed? What should we be talking about? So,
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe I
and-
was the only one that was misunderstood on this.
No, I think we're all in agreement, we're not looking for a master plan document sitting on a shelf. That we just revisit every so many years when we have to learn a statute and things have changed, but we gotta move forward. I'm not saying that's the case in the past, we've obviously have adopted a lot of changed ordinances based upon prior master plans. But I think this is the first time that it's been a whole cohesive basis between all the chapters. And I think a lot of crossing over into different sections of the master plan within the implementation, with the priorities and implementation of all the chapters. There's a lot of just, like a cross matrix, which is probably what the chapters going
agree.
towards are part,
yeah,
right?
that's the whole premise. This has come up in many different boards. Jane can attest to this too. Making sure that it's omnipresent, the master plan, during decision-making processes. So we're referring to it, are we on track? Are we off base, on this decision? So if it comes from, capital funding, zoning changes, policy changes, whatnot. So it's always there, and this is just another way to kind of, as a check dam, you know, of, you know, making sure that, you know, it's not on that shelf. And it's with us as we move forward, so decision-making and planning. And as Val said, this is a very new committee, and it can be changed and meet more frequently and evolve, as it should. So, we all evolve, so, but yeah, that's the intent. It's not for you all to, that's their problem. It's not that.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing on a quarterly basis and make sure it's where we're checking things off. Right, that's the end goal, is the implementation.
That's a great way to kind of work that.
Any other thoughts? Well, what's their name on the motion?
I motion to approve the master plan.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, and thank you, everyone. Whether you're sitting up here or out in the Newmarket world, whether you participated in the visioning or surveys, charrettes that we've had on committees, there's been so much volunteerism here in putting this together over a multi-year process. And many, many thanks to Bart, our community planning director, for all your leadership. And I wasn't prepared to say this, but we really, really appreciate all the work you put into this. And also to Stratford Regional Planning, and please take that back to Karen and her team as well. It's just really been, I think, a great project for the town, and certainly the involvement throughout the town has been amazing. At so many different levels. So appreciate everyone who is continuing to be dedicated to make sure that we do, implement a lot of these just great ideas. And see where it brings us 10 years from now, when we do it all over again. Okay, so thank you again, everyone, and I think that's a good lead-in to, I don't see it actually on the agenda. Yeah, let's move right to other business now. We have instituted the long-range planning committee, and we have it in front of me, but the actual makeup part, maybe you could remind us, how that.
Yeah, so we have. Membership is, a member and an alternate of said committee or entity. So planning board, conservation commission, town council, Newmarket Community Development Corporation, Newmarket Housing Authority, and 3 at-larges.
Okay, and on the at-large, that has been posted for how many weeks now?
Probably over a month.
Okay, and we have before us 3 applications. I think we have some people here who have applied, and I would like to open it up if you'd like to come forward and just introduce yourself, to the board members, and maybe just give a little summary of why you would like to be considered for an appointment to one of the positions at member at large.
There are letters in front of me too.
Love the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Thank you. My name's Ralph Case. Address. I live in-
That'd be great.
Yeah.
On Fishing Road. I've been a resident of Newmarket for almost 4 years, so kind of new to looking to get involved in Newmarket and really come to appreciate this town, this community, and what it's all about. Really to get involved, and this looks like something that is in line with my background and interests. I spent 4 years in industry as a computer designer and software engineer. So very familiar with complex problems and putting plans together,
questions for Mr. Chase? Please, Lauren.
Thanks for replying.
Appreciate it.
Hi, thank you. George Willens, 42 Chandler Drive. I've been a resident of Newmarket for close to 20 years now. I've seen it grown over the years that I've been here, and it's grown to be a very vibrant, beautiful community. I did sit on the planning board for about 7 years in the mid-2000s. Saw a lot of the development of the hills and the other things in town. Had a little hiatus because I worked and traveled for a number of years. I've since retired, and I'm beginning to think about volunteering on town. And this seems like it's a new committee from what I understand, so this will be on the cutting edge. Heard this discussion just now. So I think it'll be very interesting. My background, I was an environmental consultant for 43 years with a number of wide variety of projects. So I think that managed very large projects. So I think my background will be a benefit, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thank you for your interest.
Thank you.
Any questions for Mr. Warren? Okay, then we have a third applicant for Sarah Reitzman. Bart?
Can we read it?
Can you do a little overview?
Sure. Can we just read a letter?
Sure.
Great. Dear members of the Newmarket Planning Board, I'm writing to express my interest in being appointed to the board's new long-range planning subcommittee as an at-large representative, which will oversee the implementation of the town's master plan and further a long-term plan for the community. When my husband and I decided to start a family and began looking for a first home, choosing Newmarket was easy. We had both lived in town in various apartments at various times over the years and found Newmarket to be a town that is very easy to fall in love with. Now we lived in Newmarket for 6 years and have a 4-year-old who will start kindergarten in town next year. We feel firmly planted here and are invested in the future of Newmarket. Professionally, I work at New Hampshire Housing as the manager of community engagement and education. My job takes me to communities across the state to talk about housing and what makes a great place great. While my work is housing focused, I care deeply about all things that make our community special. I am a long-time volunteer with Plan New Hampshire. I have served on 10 community design charrettes, including the Newmarket Charrette in 2024. I also represent Newmarket on the Stratford Regional Planning Commission and the New Hampshire Association of Regional Planning Commissions. Thank you for your consideration. Sarah Reitzman, 23 Lilac Lane, Newmarket.
Sarah? What is the board's interest in moving forward? We have 3 applications before us. We have 3 at-large positions.
Yeah, I think everybody seems like they have relevant experience that could be helpful, and I know that it's often hard to fill spots on other committees, especially at large. So to have interest so early on, I think is a great sign, and I'm personally willing to move along with the people we have and give some momentum to the committee.
That's what we need momentum.
So is that, well, let me get it.
Yeah.
Do other people feel the same as far as moving things forward and getting this rolling, or leaving it open for additional applications to help people get an opportunity to submit?
Was there a deadline on the posting?
Till filled.
In that case, I agree.
Okay, Jane?
Well, it sounds like a good mix, you know. I believe, sir, you said 4 years, right? And the gentleman in yellow, I think you said 40. You know, so we've got, you know, to the extremes, which is awesome, because it will give different perspectives. So I think it's
Are
great.
you comfortable with filling the positions this evening?
I am.
Or extending the deadline or having a deadline?
No, I'm comfortable.
Okay,
I'm comfortable with it.
okay, well, we'll entertain a motion.
So, I don't know if it's the same here, but I know on the council, we have to vote individually in order, in the way that they're represented on the agenda. Yeah. We can do it
I'll get a
that
separate
way.
vote for each
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, the result is gonna be the same, but I just don't know if they're.
I think actually under our bylaws, up the chair appoints positions. I'd rather have everyone vote on it. So,
Something like
yeah,
that.
I don't, I think it's just, having the motion clear that these applicants are being appointed to the long-range plan position. And these are 3-year positions?
Yep.
Are we staggering these positions?
We're staggering.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So we have 1, 2, and 3-year positions? So before George or Ralph, I may, did you either have thoughts on what, because you haven't actually applied for any particular term. So we have 1, 2, and 3-year terms. But we don't need formal applications because this is subcommittee.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper,
Goes,
scissors,
goes,
is
goes,
it
goes
the
for three.
longest guy
Yeah.
gets the longest,
Yeah.
or else on a
I'm
1 year,
not sure
no,
what
wait.
rules govern this, but I'm glad to defer to the judgment of the people in which
All right, want me to pick?
As opposed to Pete.
Yeah.
All right.
You
I
pick
think
that.
they're all gonna be here in town for a while,
Yeah.
which is the hope. You seriously have no preference, George, you're throwing up a 1 year, and then you'll be re-nominated next year.
I'll
We're
go
just
for 1 year.
trying to
1 year.
stagger,
Okay.
okay,
I'll
thank
make
you.
it easier. Now you
Thank
guys
you.
only have to make a decision for 2 of us.
Yeah.
All right. Ralph, we'll put you down for the 2-year. Okay, so those would be the particular terms, if someone wants to make a nomination.
Yeah, you just want to do each person at a time and
Sure.
then vote? Okay.
Yeah.
So I nominate George Immolen to 1-year appointment for the at-large position on the long-range planning committee.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments, questions? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right. I nominate Ralph Case to a 2-year term appointment for an at-large member on the long-range planning subcommittee.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I nominate Sarah Reitzman to a 3-year appointment term on the long-range planning subcommittee.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Congratulations, thank you for serving.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I'm sure Bart will be in touch.
Yes, well,
Okay,
yeah.
next item on the agenda would be committee reports. Jeff's not here for Concom. Jane, is CIP starting meeting yet?
Nothing yet. I
Yep,
mean, we're
start
gonna be
soon.
kicking off soon, yeah.
Yes, now we got this master plan.
Energy, Jamie, any committee positions yet?
I'm doing the TRC now.
Right, okay, so will we seeing things? Okay.
I missed the last meeting.
Yeah, Bill can help too, but I can give an update if you guys are good with
Sure,
that.
TRC
Sure.
update.
Yeah, so 200 New Road, we're gonna have our 3rd TRC coming up later this month. And then we're gonna have another TRC for 41 Exeter Road, corner of New Road and Exeter Road, where the old funeral home used to be. That's a subdivision, and they're turning the parking lot, proposing 4 units in there on the parking lot side. So
So it's
we're-
in TRC now.
Yep, it's going to TRC, yep. And then 200 New Road as well. We are 3rd, and still going through the state applications as well, some of them. And so we're trying to tidy that up before it goes to that point. Anything else? You want anything there? Are you good?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
So nothing on North Main? Nothing
Silence.
on the Genie property, on railroad tracks? Any other in process?
Besides 37 Exeter? Yeah.
Elm Street would have to come to TRC too, right?
Correct.
Yeah, not really too much. The only thing is for Newmarket Community Power possibly getting off of the New Hampshire Community Power Coalition and switching to somebody else. That currently the contract that we have with them, or the agreement we have with them, is at the town lawyer to see what that would mean if we were to cancel and when, if there's like a, basically a period we have to wait. And so until that review is complete, we won't be making any moves. We'll have like, I think, one other meeting with a potential, I forget the name of them, but like company to manage that, the contracting for us, the suppliers. So we'll keep that kind of open, but basically can't act until the lawyers weigh in, and do not know when that will be. So.
Great, thank you. Anything on council, or the planning board?
So the council approved the legal review of that contract. Part of it was they pre-buy electricity. So looking into, they've already paid for electricity going out for a while, and they're trying to figure out how, what that looks like for getting out of the contract and what the timeline looks like. And then the contract with Stafford Regional Planning was amended. There, I think, $7,200 was in additional fees needed to be paid. So the council approved that amendment and allowed the town to pay it. So.
Was that relative to the master plan?
Yeah.
So it wasn't budgeted?
It went over budget.
And it came from the master plan capital reserve fund.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all funded through that process.
Okay, I think that wraps up the committee reports.
Do you want to talk about long range? You want me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, so.
Oh, you actually have a
We actually,
committee
yeah,
now?
we have. So we had our first long range plan committee, and Lindsay Butler and Ray Pierce Consultants gave a presentation on the stormwater asset management program. Kind of its current conditions, existing challenges, and future opportunities. That was very informative. It was a good discussion, I thought, on water quality, the conveyance of stormwater, the management of it, how do we fund this in the future, what should we be thinking about in that funding program. So I thought it was just a nice introduction to the committee and community on, all that goes into it. I don't know, Bill, if you had any similar thoughts or secondary thoughts on that.
On the stormwater side?
Yeah, stormwater side.
Yeah, I thought it was a good discussion. It just focused on sort of the downtown area, so it would be great to expand that assessment to the whole town or drainage system within the town, which would require more money, so when and how that would happen. But it is, assessing the conditions, the risks, the placement cycle, drainage assets, and the cost to replace, life cycle cost.
And then afterwards, we had a discussion of what should we talk about next meeting. And besides, making sure the master plan, and there's a couple thoughts. Topic that came up was the school feasibility study, school district's feasibility study on a future maybe potential athletic field. Maybe having them come in and speak about that process. Another topic was food security and insecurity. How can the town, what's the status of that in town, and how can we improve upon that in town? So I think we got a couple those long range topics queued up, and then in addition to our charge of making sure the master plan's on track. So kind of excited. I thought it was a good first meeting. Got some good topics coming in.
When is the next meeting?
October 5th.
There will be a little bit of work, to get everybody up to speed on the master plan. I mean, you've got school board representatives,
The school board was the other.
So, I don't know how that happens, if they just do it on their own, or is there a way to...
I will help shepherd the process. So I think what I'll do is reach out, say, hey, here's our new master plan, here's here's our implementation matrix, and I think what I'll do is do a little presentation for the first half of the meeting on that, and then we can start to kind of devise a plan on how to approach it moving forward. And I'll have some recommendations on how to do that in discussion.
I think it would be good for a discussion as to a timeline for reporting back to the planning board with a prioritization of the board.
And that's something you all can, maybe at the next meeting, kind of dictate. It's like, this is what we're looking for, as a planning board. Because one of my responsibilities is to report quarterly to the planning board on what has happened in these meetings, so I will do that. And then, again, then you can give us feedback on, how to proceed.
So in the September meeting, if we can all kind of, especially now that we have the implementation chapter here, kind of review that and be ready to comment on where you think priorities from this committee should be coming from, as well as the board, what we should be focusing on, regards to potential ordinance changes.
Might be a great.
And then,
That's right, so that's the other thing I want to talk about. I would like to have a workshop for 6 o'clock if possible on the next planning board meeting for Ivy's presentation on her recommendations. So, the 8th.
It's
Primary day.
Can you just comment on Ivy's project, so everybody in the public
Sure.
knows if they want to come to the workshop as well? for input?
Absolutely. So we received a housing opportunity grant from the Invest New Hampshire to look at our zoning code and see if there was opportunities to make adjustments in it to reflect existing patterns out there and see if there, and provide some recommendations on maybe not necessarily changing, but providing zoning language that makes sense for the areas in town where it would regulate. So it's kind of a similar process we went with the Village Corridor District and the surrounding neighborhoods. We just worked off that. So we implemented the same process of reaching out to different folks and to develop some zoning recommendations that it's more of a form-based code. I love form-based code. And then that's what she'll be presenting, and then the planning board will digest it and develop a work plan if they so choose. So it's just just her results, the results from the process, that's all it is.
And she'll be presenting in September, but has she actually finished? Maybe we can get that out to the board members.
Sure,
We'll have
yeah.
more time. So the
Yeah, we're
workshop's
just-
good for everyone, 6 o'clock?
Yeah,
Are you sure we're gonna be able to meet, because it's primary day?
yeah, it is. And that should all be,
So is that our meeting?
I assume that's all downstairs. So I know sometimes they go to school.
Yeah, usually we don't meet on those days. I normally do.
Well, do you have our actual meeting schedule?
It is the 8th.
Yeah, that's what I
Yes,
did,
that's
I
what
did
you
the other
did.
one.
Yeah, we can change to the 8th.
Does that create a problem for anyone?
Meeting on the 8th?
I will be at the election, but I could probably plan my time around making time to come up here for the workshop.
And then you want to, what's on the agenda?
But I have to be
Yeah.
downstairs for the count and for the signing.
I don't think, again, I try to avoid these situations, I didn't count for that.
That's
But
odd
when you
that
plan
we
this
were actually
meeting,
scheduled, that they were, our meeting was scheduled.
but
That's odd.
the election wasn't,
I didn't-
the date wasn't picked
Oh, okay.
when you planned these.
We have our meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oops. No, if I knew that beforehand, then I wouldn't have done that, so.
I think we still just keep it
Yeah.
at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to plan ahead of time, to make sure I can go vote before
Yeah.
6 o'clock, which I can do, so.
Which is, that if we could get Ivy's report ahead of time.
Yeah, we're just making
and
final.
then people can just provide comments if you can't be here, for the workshop. And no decisions will be made, it's really a presentation.
Correct.
Anything else, Bart?
Were you also gonna talk about goals in that workshop?
Oh, I was gonna say, this is an opportunity for goal setting as well. If we're, looking at the matrix, we want to plan for goals, what do we want to achieve from what's a priority, so prioritization for the board.
I think, given in our past meetings with Ivy, I think that that's not realistic to cover within the hour. She's gonna be really talking about her work over all of the remainder sections of the market.
Yeah, I was wondering for the regular business meeting.
Oh, I would definitely put it on that.
Yeah.
Comfortable putting it on the agenda, because at this point in time, we only have one application.
Yeah, may have another, but not too complicated.
Yeah, I think that'll be good, because then that will queue up for the
Yeah.
October long-range planning, and you can kind of roll from there and line some of those. I think that'll be good.
So, good for goal setting. Yeah, it's okay. Like you, Jane, I forgot my hands. It's okay, good. I got it. Yeah, good.
Anything else?
Nope, working on the wayfinding. We were at the backyard bash, it was great, got a lot of comments. You might have, if you were there, also saw at the table, it was a food cooperative. There's a small group right now working on, exploring the idea of a food cooperative here in town. Have more information on that if you're interested, but if you want to stay in the loop, just let me know, keep you onto the email list, and basically what we're doing right now is just community outreach, so there'll be more information, more outreach on that, and eventually a feasibility study will be engaged, and to really determine if something could fit like that new market. So we're just at the beginning stages. We're going to reach out to farmers, local farmers, other food co-ops in the state, and regionally, and we'll just kind of put together the foundation right now. So anyways,
Is the food bank down in the church, is that part of that effort as well?
we reached out to Pastor Patty, and she
Yeah.
was very interested in the idea. and
Okay.
They would be part of that, coalition.
Good.
Yep. Yeah, so those are kind of two major things, besides the work plan that we're gonna develop together, and then for applications, there may be a stormwater application, stormwater review for 5 Chapel, the big apartment building right behind the post office. So they're looking to improve their stormwater infrastructure there, in addition to paving, so they can come for a site plan review. Besides 37 Exeter, so that's all I have, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, other business, we have a notice, this is for information impact.
Yep.
The advisory committee, are they looking for comment?
No, there's
Just simply a notice?
noticing, yeah.
Okay.
And
Anyone have any questions for Barbara?
I feel like there's a page missing. It ends on a comma.
Yeah.
I might have, I'll send you the full thing, I try to double side it. My bad. Yep. Also, there's I have the other side.
I'm sure there's.
There was a letter from, which was in public comments.
I think we should be taking this up.
Okay, that's fine,
We
yeah.
don't have to,
I figured I just-
For us, if they want to come in, that would have been made during
Yeah.
public session, we were working on it.
I just want the board to be made aware it was there, so.
Yeah, I think on this LRAC thing, I think the second page did have something they were requesting not being used, not that we have any jurisdiction over this.
Zach has it,
Yeah. Well, it's a notice of regional impact, so we can give comments on regional impact. Or is it simply a notification?
It's a notification, I believe.
Is there any more?
Yeah, it's talking about poison ivy and.
It's just permit conditions.
Does that go to the Concom also?
Yes.
Any other business? Hearing none. Entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Jane, is there a second?
Second.
Zach, discussion on the motion, hearing none, seeing none, I will vote motion, all those in favor?
Hey.
Aye.
Thank you. And 4:30 at Driscoll's for Bridges Farewell.